Hello and welcome to another Guidance of Wiltshire video. I'm your host Dewey, and this is a new series which is going to be my monthly hobby vlogs. So I'm going to show you kind of my target for the previous month, what I've got painted out of that target, and also what I've bought. I think this will be an easier way for me to do a hobby vlog than let's say a weekly one, as I'm trying to put out weekly videos anyway. And this is all my spare time. Also, it allows me to set a deadline and try and get those models done within that month. I think it would be a good kind of boundary for me to not try and get sidetracked with projects, etc. This video will include everything I've painted in 2020 so far, so that's from January 1st, 2020 to the end of May. And then, like I said, I'll give you my target for June and the models I bought within the month of May. So I hope you enjoy. So the first models I painted of 2020 are these two, which is obviously Boromir, Captain of the White Tower, both mounted, and one with the banner, one without. So the foot models for these were done between Christmas and New Year. And so it just seemed logical that the first models I would paint in 2020 were to get these guys finished. I will have to admit the banner was only done probably about a month ago. So this is the start of May, end of April. But really happy with these. And they were just to add to the scenarios from the first few scenarios from Gondor at War. So as you can see, the next bunch of models I got completed were the heroes, or the Orcs of the Morannon. So left to right we have Zagdush, Gothmog's Enforcer, Goroth and Guritz. These were bought with Christmas money, so I thought I'd get them all painted up nice and straight away. Before Christmas I painted 36 Mordor Orcs, so these kind of, and I have 36 Morannon Orcs painted, so these fit nicely into that. And I've tried to match the basing scheme as well, which I think I've done relatively successfully with the Morannons that I already had painted. So as I said, I painted up 36 Morannon Orcs before Christmas, and the next logical step was to paint a catapult up. This is primarily for my Mordor and my army of Gothmog's forces, and I knew I'd be needing one of these if I was to take Gothmog's Legion competitively, which I was planning to at an event in February, I want to say, down in Salisbury. So I thought I'd have to get this all painted up and finished. As you can see, there's no troll there, and I'll show you why next. So this is the reason why I didn't show you the Catapult Trolls previously. So I thought, as I had a Catapult Troll to do, I had obviously the plastic troll left over from my Battle of the Pelennor Fields set, and I bought another one for Christmas. I thought I'd get out my old trolls, reposition their arms a little, or at least double check all their joins and everything, and then get them all painted. So these were done predominantly with an airbrush, especially the skin. So I airbrushed the skin and then simply used wet blended shading to get all the different colours to merge. Really happy with these guys. The four on the right hand side are all from the plastic kit, with the sword on the front middle being just chopped a little bit to distinguish it from an Isengard sword. The Mordor Troll Drummer, I have added some extra armour, so he's got obviously the shoulder plate and then a chest plate, which is simply the chest plate minus some of the leather just on the bottom of it. Then the two Catapult Trolls on the left, so they both have the metal, or the Catapult Troll base. Mine happened to be metal. The one in the back has the original head. The one in the front I bought off eBay without a head, so I very quickly just got one of the plastic heads pops them on, green stuff around the edges. They work really well. And then they both have plastic arms, apart from the right hand, which I've taken straight from the original Catapult Troll, just so they had a boulder to distinguish them. I really like how these conversions have come out, and yeah, really happy with my 6 trolls, and they didn't take me too long. So next, I took a break from painting models for Gondor at War scenarios, because I really wanted to try out the Assault upon Helm's Deep Legendary Legion in some friendly games. So I ordered the command set, which you can see on the front right, which I didn't have any of the models for, so I was really happy to get those. And then also I dug out some old banner bearers that I already had plans to paint. I cast up a couple of flaming brands with the demolition teams, and I got all of these guys painted. So this probably took me, I think it was like a week, 10 days, because my Uruk-hai are very easy, very quick, very dirty, pretty simple force and paint scheme to do. So I've got all these guys done and used them in a couple of practice games, which was really good fun, especially 2 bombs and 2 ballistas, because this is my second ballista. I painted a few smatterings of Uruk-hai when this new edition came out to run in a tournament, which was good. So I thought I'd just add a bit of flavour, because I've got 10 crossbows, 10 pikes, 10 shields painted, along with the ballista and a couple of the heroes. So I thought I'd add a bit more of the Assault upon Helm's Deep Uruks. So there's 4 berserkers in the middle, and then, like I say, the 2 demolition teams and a couple of extra banners. So you will have seen a painting tutorial for these chaps. And so this is my 48 Harajum Warriors, along with a Taskmaster, 2 Mumuk Chieftains, a Banner Bearer and a Warhorn. So these were painted up over the space of 6 weeks, I think, maybe a little bit longer. I haven't kept track of when I've painted models this year. I started to in May, but these were done between March and April, I would say. There was a little break in between, which I'll show you next. But yeah, these were good. I really like how these have come out. Actually really enjoyed painting them, which I didn't think I would, and slogged through the majority of them. I did them in banks of 4, so I got 4 of the same pose. Obviously swapped around the colours, which you would have seen on the painting tutorial video. Very enjoyable. Just the start of my Serpent Horde army. The whole reason for painting through Gondor at War scenarios is because I don't have armies painted for Harajum, Corsairs, Rohan, Gondor to a certain extent. I've got a Rangers of Ithilien list painted. But it means I will end up having these armies painted and I can play with them. So yeah, so this is my collection of Serpent Hordes, finished Serpent Hordes so far. I have 3 Mumuks in progress as well, which will be done as and when. So in the middle of my Harajum, I took a little break to paint up these 12 guys. So these are Clansmen of Vladimir. These are more to do with the Gondor at War scenarios. I've got 24 in total, and these were just to round out one of the scenarios. I will not be doing any more of these. I did enjoy them, however I do not need more than 24. And here are my most recent paint jobs. So this is 24 Corsair Long Bar. Again, you would have seen a painting tutorial video for these that went out a couple of weeks ago. So I have these guys finished. Thoroughly enjoyed them, and this takes me to 126 models painted so far this year, which is really good going, as it's just about to tick over into June. So you think I've got 6 months left, well, 7 months left, and I'm already over 125 models. My aim is always to paint 200 models a year. This year I'm looking pretty good, so I might try and up that to 250. However, I'm not sure. 200 is always the base target. So I will show you next what is up for next month, or what I have planned for next month, and also some of my most recent purchases. So this is the first lot of miniatures that I want to get finished in the month of June. It is 6 Arbalesters on the left, which I have made a start on last night, 6 Corsair Reavers, Dalamir and Delgamar. So these will just round out my Corsair force for the minute. I do have pretty much the same 24 Warriors, 6 Arbalesters, 6 Reavers and some other heroes to do after that, but this is what I aim to get done for the moment. I will go back to finish the rest of my Corsair army in a couple of months' time. So yeah, it's just these guys for the minute, and I'll show you what else I aim to do in the month of June. So next is these 12 Maranon Orcs. This really shouldn't take me too long. I'm expecting to get them done in a couple of days. They need a rebase, because these are on plastic bases and I put all mine on MDF. They need a repaint, and this will take me to 48 Maranons painted in total. I will need to take some shields off some other ones, so I have the correct poses without shields and the correct poses with shields, but yeah, I'm really not envisaging these taking me too long. The next project, however, will take me slightly longer. My next major project is to get these guys up and running. So obviously it is 12 Knights of Minas Tirith, Faramir on horse, and 2 Knights of Minas Tirith with banners. So the aim is to give these a complete repaint. It probably will involve stripping some of the plastics. There definitely need some weapon repairs, some horse repairs, and rebasing onto bases similar to my Boromir. So these will be, I want to say, a labour of love. Hopefully there will be. I've got all the parts needed, I just need to fix them all up. So the horses will be a lot of airbrush work. The guys on top shouldn't actually be too that bad because they're a lot of metal, and it's kind of relatively quick and easy to paint. The horses will have a simple airbrush and then probably some recess shading, and that will call them a day. Maybe I'll put a couple of extra tones on the horses just to kind of make them a little bit different. So I don't expect to get the knights themselves done. I think the aim is to get all the horses done and the bases done, because that shouldn't take me too long, by the end of June. So that leaves me with, I think I worked out it's 6 Arbalesters, 6 Reavers, Dalamir, Delgamar, which is 14 models, 12 Maranon Orcs, which is 26 models in total, and then these horses. So we're thinking kind of mid to late 30s, but I won't count these as fully completed until the following month. These are just my intent to get the horses done in June. And finally, these are my purchases this month. It may not be too clear because they're all nice and shiny, but I have 4 Men of Arms at Dol Amroth with their pikes in Finecast, a material that I am absolutely happy to use. Actually quite enjoy it. 6 Abrakan Guard and 6 Serpent Riders. So these are for, again, so the Abrakan Guard and the Serpent Riders are for Gondor War scenarios. The Men at Arms Dol Amroth are actually the first models I picked up for a competitive theme or vibe in quite a while, actually. I just find when I'm playing fiefdoms I always want more than 12, which is what I currently have, and it's always between that 12 and 16 mark. Eventually I'd aim to take up to 24 for bigger 1000-point battles, but at the moment this is what I all I need. So this also takes me to 12 Serpent Riders and 12 Abrakan Guard. Actually, I lie, 13 Serpent Riders. However, I will convert one with a banner for the Rule of Cool, and because just in case I have a Harajum Raider nearby with a banner that dies. So that's all. That's my kind of yearly or my update this year so far. I'm going to aim to do these once a month, and I expect them to be kind of 5-10 minutes long, just to show you kind of what I've done the last month, what I aim to do next month, and the purchases I made in the meantime. So if you've liked this video, please comment, like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.